Okay, that's Audacity in. Computer's running weirdly slowly. That's OBS in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Newbie Rumble Round 2. So you may have noticed something different is happening today. I'm going to try and see if I get less uploading time if I edit the videos at a somewhat reasonable speed. So I'm going to cut out all the crap that I normally have between switching rounds. So downside is that means we've already started and I haven't introduced the ships yet. So this match is the Baneling by Takir facing off against the Eldritch by CuthuluhWhen. For the rest of this video we'll have the Hallium by Slovak facing the Silurian Stalker. We will have the BB6 by Al facing the Director. We'll have FromTheDepths by Jeoshy facing CL9 by Al. And that should cover the winners brackets for today. And off to an early start. 1 minute in, both ships are on a pretty similar amount of health. The Baneling was firing some huge shells. I was thinking they might have been I almost thought they were crams, but it seems they're really just very large APS shells. I'm not sure what type, though. Now, this is interesting, because it seems that the Eldritch is both stalled, looks like engine damage, and has turned its stern to the Baneling in an attempt to retreat and gain distance. I don't know how effective that strategy is going to be. The Baneling might be faster than the Eldritch, even with its quite reasonable speeds. And it doesn't... Oop, I almost said it didn't look like the missiles were going to achieve much, but I might have been wrong about that. Let's see. The main laser is still happily zapping away, and those beautiful slanted anti-missile launchers are still firing away. The cockpit's definitely taken some hits, but it seems good. There's a second missile launcher. That's so nice. That explains why the Baneling seems to be pulling ahead. It's likely that that just sheer volume of anti-missile is shutting down most of, if not, just most of the Eldritch's firepower. It's unfortunate that they're not on a, they seem to not be on an anti-missile computer. Maybe they are, but they seem to keep firing long after any missile they'd be targeting is gone. There goes a decoy, not helping against lasers. I really want to know what type of shell this is. There it goes. I'm not going to be able to see without pausing it, am I? Well, it definitely hit. Not sure where. It might have gone all the way through, which would imply kinetic, but a slow kinetic shell, that can't be right. Ooh. Judging by the way those missiles are swerving, I would say that the Eldritch has suffered some detection hits. Maybe not. But it's definitely not normal missile behavior. A lot of EMP hits seem to have come in on this turret cap, but it hasn't been destroyed, which is quite impressive. It's a testament to the amount of heavy armor on that thing. Which is surprising, because there's not that much heavy armor throughout the Baneling. See, the interception rate is definitely dropping. Considering it's running a laser, I'm surprised the Baneling doesn't have any LAMS nodes. Let's see. Both ships at quite high percentages, so since we've hit the 4-minute mark, I'm going to switch us over to fast forward. And if I forget to mute this section, you'll be able to hear the lecture I'm doing to economize my time. I'll see you guys, yeah, 6 minutes into clinical management. actually. Oof. It seems that the eldritch is both below the baneling in health and unable to repair because it's out of materials. So, outside of a freak incident, I suspect that the eldritch is defeated. I'm 99% sure that the baneling won't sink if it runs out of engine power, and at 5 minutes, 10,000 left, it won't run out anyway. This, oh, so they heat or frag? Could be squash. Yeah, we'll call it here, and start the next round. You know the drill with these. See you guys in however long it takes. And with that, at 7 minutes and 50 seconds, the baneling has pulled ahead on health percentage, and the eldritch has fallen behind. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where all the materials are going. Possibly a high repair cost for this wooden armor. It's very economical to buy, but it's not economical to repair. Anyway, this is the round over. So, congratulations, baneling went 2-0. Let's get set up for the next one. Alright, this one is the Hallium versus the Cerulean Tidestalker. Starting with the Hallium, it's a trimaran, and it's getting absolutely pounded on by that large laser. But it's also fighting back quite effectively, or so it seems to me. We're gonna find out, I guess. Let's see how the Tidestalker's doing. Actually, no. Let's see what happens when these missiles hit. Oh boy. There goes the up Deady Blade. And a lot of gun components. I'm not hearing these guns firing anymore. Oh, that's not good. Is that the whole ship destroyed? My god. Was it a lucky hit? That was devastating. Done in 50 seconds. Maybe an AI component just ceased to exist. Well, it's only fair that this time we watch the Tidestalker and see what these shells are capable of. Ah, thump it seems. Knocking some reasonable holes in the Tidestalker's shields. It's very quick and very effective at dodging. Even with such fast, high-speed, high-impact kinetic shells. That face shield is taking damage, but unfortunately not quickly enough for a hit to penetrate. And the Hallium is losing hit points quickly. It hasn't died in the first volley, but it's definitely stopped firing. Okay, we've got to see what's going on here. 92, 91, 80, 70. It's dead. That's definitely a broken AI compartment. Very close to the lower part of the hull. Well, no time for lectures at all on that one. Yeah, congratulations, Cerulean Tide Stalker went 2-0. Bad luck, Lazy Slovak. You very nearly had it. Well, no, that's not true. You got into a matchup that was very against you. Let's get into the next one. And we're in. This is the BB6 by Al versus TheDirector by Lildebil. Now, while I'm here, shout out to Al, actually. Awesome guy, and he's done, I think, every single one of the timestamps for this entire tournament so far. Absolute legend. Hopefully, I'll remember to write them down when I'm uploading it, and you won't have to this time. Heavy hits, mostly to the decorative superstructure, and it's repairing quickly. Hey, very nice. Slopes to save volume. That's always a good trick. And, most importantly, the main gun survived. Let's see. That is really nice. I love the shape of that. Let's see how the director is doing. The director looks like it's taken some hits, especially below the waterline, but it definitely could have done worse. Its its armor is holding, and its turrets seem to be in good condition. Now the question that comes to my mind is, what is the main armament of the director? Is it those two APS systems? Or is it missiles, or is it a combination of both? Because, oh hey, I always love that little rear torpedo launchers. But I think it is the missiles that are the main armament. How are they doing? They're not damaged, are they? I haven't seen them fire in some time. Both ships are on a pretty similar health percentage. There we are. Some more big hits, and they're putting big holes in the superstructure, but unfortunately that won't stop the BB6 from firing. And that lack of crippling hits is really starting to show in the director's hit point total. It seems like there was a hit down here, but unfortunately it will have been at such a low speed. It might have just been decorative too. Another large hit. Unfortunately, this thing is beefy as. I love the watchtower, the conning tower. The director's fallen behind by 5%, which is of course 10% in regards to a kill, but 5% total health. This may end up being a fairly long match. My guess is neither ship has the capacity to cripple each other. The director strikes from above with missiles and cannons, and everything important on the BB6 is below the waterline. The BB6, in contrast, strikes below the waterline quite happily, with its super cavitating railgun. I want to say railgun. However, the baneling, the director, whichever, is very heavily built up below the waterline, and hits to, you know, the stone bottom of the deck and the metal bands of armor are not going to be they're not going to be critical hits. At least not anytime soon. So with that said, we're just about 5 minutes in. I think I'll put this in fast forward. Alright, that's 10 minutes. First round goes to the BB6 by Al. The director, still half its health to go before a disqualification. Ridiculously durable ship, still firing too. Incredible. And a lot more material efficient. But, that's round one. On to round two. Ugh. You know how this goes. Last one went 10 minutes. This one goes into fast forward. Alright, 9 minutes in. And, yeah. Once again, the BB6 is well ahead on hit points, largely thanks to its heavy investment in repair bots and the very fortunate spaced armor effect from its superstructure. All these decorative alloy panels absorb a lot of missile strikes. And, yeah, they seem to repair pretty quickly. Anyway. Yeah, the Director still tons of health left, but unfortunately no crippling hits on the BB6's guns. And so history repeats itself. This is great. You're gonna love this. I haven't mentioned it yet, but it's my favorite transition. Told you it was great. You've probably seen a few of them, but I really, really love my, what's that wipe called? Whatever. You know what I mean. Anyway, speaking of things, which I may or may not love, are these even going the right way? Yeah, more or less. The salmon swarm of, small torpedoes. A beautiful sight in the From the Depths ecosystem. Will they be able to achieve anything, though? I love the other interceptors going for them. Whoo! Wave 1 of the salmon is badly depleted, but Wave 2 is still going strong. And it's closing in. Ooh, there goes a lot of Wave 2. But there's still a couple. Both these ships are pretty much right on the material limit. So it'll be interesting to see if either of them has a economic advantage over the other. And it's time. The missiles have begun to do their work. Fortunately, a solid metal hull is gonna go a long way towards protecting the CL9, which is happily firing away. Again, just in case, shout out to Al, who is responsible for every single video timestamp that we've had so far for this tournament. Absolute legend. Yes. Back to the missiles. The missiles are slapping away against the bottom of that hull, but I don't expect them to achieve much, because solid metal, which is... Oh, hold on, is that stone? That is stone, so there may be a heightened risk of an AI hit. But the repair bots look like they're doing the best they can, and the CL9 is staying ahead on materials. So if its interceptors stay effective, and its repairs stay effective, it may take this. However, the amount of missiles getting through gets higher and higher with every volley. It may only be a matter of time. Now, as for the From the Depths, it is currently losing on health percentage. Let's take a look at it. It looks like it's just avoiding the laser-guided missiles. And the kinetic shells seem to be hitting below the waterline. They are still knocking blocks off, but it makes me wonder if they are supercavitating or not. Because having nothing above the waterline to hit is a tried and true strategy for these rumbles. And it might be enough to get the From the Depths over the line. It is winning in health percentage now, which is a dramatic change. I should probably watch this missile rush and see if the interceptors are still handling things. It takes a lot of time, doesn't it? But Rome wasn't built in a day. The CL9 won't be sunk in a day. Or at least not in 5 minutes. I've got to admit, it's a beautiful thing to see. Are these fuel engine parts? Turret holding on by a shred. This turret, whatever was attached to it, is ruined. This large fuel engine compartment is just torn apart. Look at the thickness of the armor here that it's gone through too. Is that 4 meters of alloy just ripped open? That is brutal. How about here? Another engine compartment gone. And remember, there was 2 meters of stone underneath all that alloy too. There's just no way to keep up with that. Oop, there goes one of the turrets. Torn out from beneath. Normally I'd say this is where we start fast forwarding, but the CL9 is so badly beaten up, I suspect we won't need to. It might go on this volley. I think there used to be a turret here. And here. My god. Brutal. Is this an AI compartment? If it is... the CL9 persists. 20% of its health is left before a disqualification. 10% of its total health left before a DQ. No more anti-missiles. And it seems to be relatively dead in the water. The AI is definitely crippled. Ooh, those are EMP hits to the AI cavity, I believe. Yes, they are. Multiple EMP hits to the AI cavity. I'm not sure how well it's gonna survive this. The main core of the AI seems fine, but... the rest of it, I expect, will be gone in this volley, just purely from hit point loss. Surviving on 0.5%. I don't see a way out of this for the CL9. It held up really well, all things considered. But unfortunately, it just doesn't look like it's got much of a chance. Even if Jeoshy's FromTheDepths ran out of materials, it wouldn't sink because it's made of alloy. And so with that, we can bid farewell to the CL9. For this round, at least. For this round match? It's very confusing the way these are listed, isn't it? I say that that's the end of this match. Yeah, match works. Match 1 goes to FromTheDepths. Last one went pretty quick, but I do have to watch that lecture, so we're gonna go fast forward. good timing for me to get back. It seems that the missiles have once again worn down the defenses on the CL9. So the CL9 will be dropping to the losers bracket, and From the Depths by Jeoshy will be advancing. And if I take a look at my brackets, that is the end of the winners brackets for round 2. So I could keep going, but I don't know if I'll have enough time. I'm going to call it there. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get OBS out and Audacity out.